Alright guys, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. I am your host, Renovate. Guys, we are going to attempt to do a series again. This is my third attempt at trying to record Farming Simulator 22 since it came out. The first time was a disaster because the game was a disaster when it first came out. The second time we tried was when the first modded map came out and it had all kinds of bugs and glitches, and it turned out to be an absolute disaster as well. So I decided to wait until now. There's a really cool map. Now, I've always liked the concept of the No Man's Land map, and now there's one here called the Western Wildlands. And if we take a look at this, it's basically the same thing, but it's kind of got some really cool features in the game. There's actually a lot of hidden gold on the map where you can actually take the gold and get it processed and make some money out of it. But other than that, all our factories and stuff are up here, and then there are a couple of sleep triggers that you can see here, and then all that you see here are trees, and there are a couple places here where you can actually get rid of some of the items that are in this little, it's kind of like its own little farm area, but it's all run down and you can't really do anything with it. We have bought in lot 35, and the reason I chose this one is because it's not all complete farmland. There is woods on the map, and these are the things we're starting out with. So we got the JCB fast track. It does have the sensor on it up there for the new precision farming. We have this here that will take away the stumps, and then we have this which we will pick up the logs, put them in here, and they turn into sawdust. And we start out with $100. It's March. It's 8 a.m. We're going to actually set the time speed to 1, and we're going to go from here. This is all we're starting with. So we got to make our money using trees and see how far we get. So let's jump in, get started. I am going to pull up and grab this thing. Now, I have never used this attachment for forestry ever, so it's going to be kind of fun for me. So let's go ahead and back in, connect that, and then let's go ahead and grab this front end attachment. See if we can get a nice little turn here and pick this one up. So we will grab this. There we go. There we go. Turn on forestry mulch. I was just looking at the things up the top. For some reason, when I've uploaded precision farming and the easy dev tools, all my keybinds were erased, like literally all of them. And so I got to make sure that when we connect to things, it's actually going to give us the opportunity, at least tell me that you like the turn the forestry mulcher on. At least that came up. I was kind of happy to see that. But we're going to have to, eventually we're going to find where we don't have a keybind. We're going to have to figure it out ourselves. So we do have a bunch of mods in here. I am going to play it pretty, I don't want to say strict, but we're going to play it like if I have to reimburse myself or something, I'll show that to you guys. We're not just going to be using a bunch of money. This map is really cool, guys. So this is the little rundown little farm area right here, and you can actually cut down these signs right here. I'll go ahead and stop so you can see them. You can actually come over here and cut these signs down, and if you cut this one down, it cuts down the power lines in the area. This one picks up all the trash in the area, and this one removes all these trees. Unfortunately, there's nothing that will remove all these barns. Now, this is a really cool setup. It would be really cool if there was a way to remove this barn and put your own barn up, but it's got like some dilapidated areas here. It's got some sheds. It's got pig pens and chicken pens over there, but there's really no way of getting rid of them. So you can't, I've played on this and I've bought this property and you can't get rid of any of it. So that's unfortunate. I was hoping that would be something cool on this map, as if this is the farm, the area that you would eventually look forward to owning, but that's not the case at all. So we're going to head to our property, which I believe is like literally right here. And I decided to start with trees first because the more trees we remove, the more farmland we have. And there's actually a river. So how do you see a bridge down here? So we'll have to go down here and go across the bridge. And eventually I would like to have our own factories, our own productions, and I just want to see how much money we ultimately make. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, you can see that there's all these pins here and you can't do anything about it. Like they don't go away. None of it does. So we'll cross the bridge here. Whoa. And we own, I believe, lot 35. I believe. Let's go back in. Let's press our map. Yeah, we bought lot 35, so we need to go down. Whoops, get back in. We need to go back down here and make a right at the road, and we will set up shop. Now, the one thing that I forgot to buy, and hopefully it doesn't cost too much, is a sleep trigger. So we'll see what we have. Hopefully there's something for under $100. Otherwise, we'll be cutting for a majority of the day, and we will then use that money. I guess this is our turn right here. We'll use that money to buy us a little house or a shack or something like that. Let me turn the map back on. So yeah, our property starts right here at this telephone pole. So this is our property right here. And then we own all these trees. So this is all ours. We own all these trees, and the trees go all the way over. It looks like they go all the way to the next property. Yeah, they go to the next property. So this little opening space here is ours. And then that little section there is going to be ours. I think that's where I'm going to start. Let's go ahead and start here. It'll tell us if we can't cut them down, if that's not on our property. All right, so let's turn on our F1. Let's unfold the wood chipper. So let's go to, let's click on the back one. There we go. So it says unfold. All right, so the unfold part is that. So I actually want to turn around because we're going to want to input them from that side. So basically we're going to pick up, or we're going to put trees down. I'm going to turn on super strength. I hope you guys don't mind, just to pick up the logs. But we are going to cut them in links. I'm not going to shove the whole log in there. All right, so we got that. All right, so if that's done, open AI menu. No, we don't need to do that. Turn on the wood chipper, B. Now, if I jump out, does it turn off? Yes, it does. All right, so we're going to want to go in and leave our engine on. So we need to turn that setting on down here, which is this. All right, so this turns it on, and then if I jump out, it keeps it on. So we're just going to be wasting gas. And then I think you go over here, and is there a way to, okay, enter vehicle. Okay, so this is, no. So how do I control this arm? Like, is there a way to, I don't see. So you don't enter that. So is it the arm? Oh, you can control it from here. Okay, cool. All right, let's jump out. All right, let's get our chainsaw out. We'll start cutting down some trees. There's some deer over there. All right, we're going to cut these like right close to the ground. That way we don't have that much to, oh, it didn't seem to like want to fall, and there's nothing really stopping it, is there? All right, this one's leaning. That's kind of cool. So we'll cut this one, see if this one falls. It usually falls the direction that you're facing when you cut, so maybe that'll help the other one fall. Nope, it didn't. All right, so we're gonna run down through here and cut all these branches off like that. All right, did that clean it? Almost cleaned it up. All right, and then I want to cut these in like small sections like this, and we'll load it up. Now I think this thing holds like 16,000 liters of wood chips, so I just want to see how big. Oh, that's freaking cool. That's actually pretty fun. So this is how we're going to do it. So the thing we're going to watch though is our fuel, because our car is running constantly. This is pretty cool. All right, cool. So I'm going to cut down all these trees. I'm going to see if I can get this one to fall that direction, even though it's kind of leaning. So we're going to cut it like this. Come on, turn green. Maybe. It doesn't want to cut there. It wants to cut there. All right, we'll just cut it that way. So it should fall that direction. All right, well, that one doesn't want to fall out of the sky either. All right, this is fun, guys. I'm not lying. All right, so we'll do that. That one did want to fall. That's good. I wonder if I cut this like this, if it'll then fall down. There we go. Okay, that made it work. All right, let's do this with this one. Let's cut it like this way. So it should actually tip over, or not. Are we gonna have one of those situations where we have floating trees again? No, there we go. And it's gonna fall almost on our machine. That'd have been a disaster. Hopefully the I don't know if the sound is good. Hopefully the sound is good. I remember Farming Simulator always had a really loud in-game volume. So hopefully you guys can hear this. I'll check here in a second. I'll go check my recordings and see if I need to turn it up, because the sound in the game is like part of the game, right? It's actually pretty nice. When I recorded the first time back in, I believe it was November, it's right when the game came out, I didn't record any commentary. I just left the game, you know, the ambiance, the noise. I just let it play through because it was kind of relaxing. This game does have a lot of relaxing sounds if you just play the game. So much so that sometimes when you're playing it and you're just a little bit tired, you can doze off. I'm sure a lot of you that play Farming Simulator know what I'm talking about, especially the white noise that I'm hearing from that machine right now. All right, so we cut all those up. All right, let's... why can't I pick that up? There we go. It got shifted off. Now I want to try something real quick because I've never used this thing. Let's see if we can pick this up. Now, can I change my view? Yeah, we can. All right, that's cool. All right, so if we go like this, and then what's down? This. All right, that's down. And then that picks... Oh, that turns it. This picks it up, which I'm not on it yet. So kind of need to do it from this angle. All right, let's go down, pick it up, and then pick it up. And then, okay, we got to go that way, push it out, pull over. Yeah, this would literally take forever. I'm sure that if you had like a joystick or something, this would be pretty cool. But I can't see how anybody would want to do this. I mean, seriously. All right, how would you like rotate? Can we rotate? There we go. Rotate that. Okay, I'm gonna pick it. I'm gonna pull it in towards us. It didn't want to go in. There we go. We did it. We did it. All right, let's get this arm out of the way. We're just gonna shove it in there ourselves. That was fun and all, but like if you guys watch me do that for like 30 minutes, you would probably be like, what the hell is this guy trying to do to us? All right, so let's see if we can pick him up from the end. Yeah, like that. All right, so we'll just sit him on there like this. Let's put it on there. There we go. Cool. All right, guys, I am going to do this for a little while. And I will check. This was, how many trees did we cut down? 3 or 4? I think we cut down, yeah, cut down 3 trees. This is 3 trees. I want to see how much these 3 trees, bark-wise, will provide for us. And that'll give us a good idea how many trees we need to cut down total. It might, I don't know if it would be cheaper to collect logs and sell the logs. That I don't know. So I'm going to do this, like I said, and then I'll bring you back when I am done, and we'll see how much leaders we have. All right, so we're going to remove these stumps, at least try to. I think I got that one. Let's go back. Let's lower it a little bit. There we go. I forgot that this thing actually creates fields because it destroys the ground. So yeah, you can see where we had stumps. We are full, by the way, so that's why I'm actually going to leave this here. Let's go ahead and leave that here. But yeah, we are full. We cut down, actually we cut down 4 trees. Actually, no. We only cut down 3 trees. 3 trees. So 3 trees gives us 16,000 liters. I think there's actually more than that because it did something funky on the last log. It didn't like really compact it or anything. But yeah, there's 16,000 liters of sawdust. So we're going to take this to that waypoint you see in the sky. And that's apparently where we can sell our sawdust. And we'll see how much money we get. We're down to $87, so I don't know what I lost $13 on. Maybe, well, it couldn't be, they couldn't have charged us for like a vehicle fee already. At least I wouldn't think they would. So we'll take this over here and see what we get. Now, eventually we'll have our own sawmill, so we won't have to take it to this one. Or we will start like a furniture factory type thing, but we don't have the money for that. Since I have this tractor can hold, I believe, up to 250 horsepower, I think is what it is. So it's enough to get a small plow. We could at least plow our fields, and we could probably get a pretty small seeder and actually start doing some things. The other thing that we could maybe jump into is, now which way does this want to dump? I think it dumps this direction. Let's see. So wood chips. That's cool. It's like a big dumpster. All right, so that's not that bad. That's pretty good money, $6,000. I think we could do that a couple more times. There's the gas station down there. So let's go ahead and go in here. I do want to see, actually, yeah, let's press this. Let's go down here. Construction and then farmhouses. I think I put a tent in here. This is pretty much what I want for right now. I mean, there is one of these little shacks, right? But I think we'll be good with, or we could just do this. We don't have 20,000 though, do we? We just have this little tent. So we'll buy this tent and we'll put it on our property. We'll wait till we get back to our property. And that way we'll have a sleep trigger that we can sleep through the night. I'm not quite sure what this trigger is. What does this say? Electric humming off. Okay, so you can turn the electric humming off. That's fun. All right, so we'll drive back. I guess the first thing we want to do is figure out what we want to do. So we are in March. Let's look at the growth cycle for this map. I am not sure. So it's typical. So we could plant anything in the next 3 months. Okay. So we can plant cotton. We could plant cotton today still, but I'm pretty certain that we're not going to be able to plant anything on this day. It'll probably be tomorrow. So we could plant oats, corn, sunflower. We can plant all these. Okay. Or we could just do grass. So if we did grass, like we could look into doing animals. You don't have any animal barns. Construction, we could look at animals. So, but animals are going to cost us like at minimum, I think. Let's look at chickens. I mean, at minimum, we're looking at, you know, quite a bit of money. So I don't think we're going to be able to get into any of that. Production, though, we could probably get maybe into greenhouses because they don't cost very much. So that would be a thing that we could do, is do greenhouses and start doing some produce while we cut trees. We can kind of do like one thing at a time. And I think the greenhouses, at least the first couple ones, only require water. Now I do have the mod where you have manure and seed. We'll eventually use those. So yeah, we could look into doing some mowing, and then we could maybe try to bale it into silage and sell the silage. Let's look at how much silage goes for. Let's go down into here. Silage. So silage sells for a pretty good amount. So that might be an option too. So maybe we do that. Maybe we just cut the grass that we have on our property as is, even though it's not the field grass, it's just the textured grass, but we could still get some money out of it. But if we get, you know, $6,000 to $7,000 per load on these trees, we're going to have a nice little chunk of money here pretty soon. But we do have this whole one side here that we could just cut. I need to turn this around, don't I? I keep forgetting. All right, so let's turn this around. All right, the one thing I'm gonna see, let's see, if I put this here, let's unfold this, by the way, and turn it on. Let's move it down here and turn it on. Move that out of the way. This section, this little area right here, this was off our property right here. So this is basically our property line looking this way. So these are, I wish they had the spray paint mod where you could spray paint all your trees. I can't wait till that one comes back out. But pretty much these 4 trees here are ours, and potentially this one is ours. So we have up to 5 trees that we could cut. So that's going to be some good money. I don't know where we want to put our sleep trigger. Let's go to construction. Let's go to, what was that under? Farmhouses. Let's do our little tent. We'll put that, let's see, where can we put that? We'll put it up here by the road. I really can't see where we're at on the thing. So let's put that like right here, and that'll be our little sleep trigger. Cool. All right, so let's get, let me cut down all these trees, and we'll do the tally at the end. All right, guys, I did want to show you something. So I cut down these trees here. So we got 1 tree here. So that was 4 trees right there. Just wanted to show you. This is the wood that we had. Some of the trees are really fat on the base, and they stay fat pretty far up. So it's some of these really tall ones. I already have 16,000 liters just on like 2 trees. These are the other 3 trees, or the other 2 trees. So yeah, some of the trees are going to profit us pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and take these back. I'll dump this one. I'll cut the other trees up, and then I will bring you guys back when I get it all done. And then we will see how much money we have and see if we have enough maybe to buy a mower and maybe a windrower, maybe something. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, we are down to our final 2 trees, and you can see that we're already over $30,000. This is a lot more than I thought we were originally going to get. So we will put these last remaining logs in here, and we will, you can see how quickly the wood chip amount goes up. So we're already at halfway full just on these 2 trees. So this should be, let's see, we got 2 more links here, and then we will clean up the stumps. Let's put that down real quick. I can't really see what I'm doing. I need like a bigger field of view. All right, so that gives us almost 10,000 liters. And then we got this little small one right here. So the rest of the trees are the neighbors, which on this map means nothing because we do not have neighbors, right? I don't believe this tree is ours. It looks like I'm standing on their property. So that is it. I don't think that there are any more logs. I'll check around. I don't see anything laying around except the deer. All right, so let's close this up. We will get the stump grinder out. We'll grind these stumps down. Possibly make a line so we can see where the property ends. So it's sitting over here. Actually, it's here. So let's go ahead. Let me set that down so it's not so heavy. All these little dirt patches look like little graves. All right, so let's get this and then we'll clean up. Oh, I do have stones on, by the way. So we left the stones on that way that we can produce our own lime. So let's turn that on. Turn that stump down. Here's a stump here, right over the top of it. All right, and then let's see. There's one right here. All right, then we just got the top of it. Got that. This is a really cool machine. I like this. It's better than using lumberjack. All right. Oh, you do not have access to that land. I know. I was just getting the stump, my man. Don't worry. All right. So we'll get this one, a little piece of scrap. And then we got this one. All right, and then it looks to be the last one right here, and we're done for the day. All right, so it looks like this is our line right here. And I think I can turn, let's see, GPS on. How do you turn, is it Shift C? How do you turn GPS on? I forget. Is it, hold on. So now I remember what it is. All right, so we have to set the guidance point, Alt X. Okay, Alt X is set the guidance point. So this is where you go like this and set your point. Okay, and then we'll go up and we'll set another point. All right, there we go. So that's what I'm looking for. Not really, but that's what I was looking for. All right, so if we put this down and turn this on, it says we do not have access to this land. All right, let's go over to the next row there. So we do have access to this land. So I'm just going to draw a line on our property. So this is basically our property line. Now, how do you, let's see, toggle guidance, set guidance point, Alt X, Alt E, toggle line display, realign track. Now, how do I lock on to that? Oh, I just did it again. Crap. Alt X is where we set our points. There we go. We'll draw it as much as we can through these trees. Okay, so we're going to turn that off. I'll have to figure out how to get this guidance steering to work because all the keybinds are gone. So, which sucks. I'll see if there's like a wiki or something that shows what they used to be. But at least we know now where the edge of our property is, which is a good thing. All right, so let's take our load and go unload it, and we'll see what good things we can buy with our money. But I'm still thinking that our best route is to go with grass for right now and just do this little grass area here and then maybe turn it into silage and sell it. Or we could do a crop. The only problem with the crop is we'll have to lease some items. I'm gonna actually leave this little thing here. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. All right, turn that off. All right, here's our last load. Oh, I'm not on it. Are they not taking wood chips anymore? What's going on? That's weird. It's not showing the little icon where it says, huh, that's weird. So here's our wood chips. All right, there's our money. So we're at $37,000. So we basically made, what, $36,000 or $37,400 around about just today. So let's go in here. Let's go to mowers. So this would cost us $12,000. It only takes 40 horsepower. All right, this one would cost us $13,000, 70 horsepower. Or do we want to try to plant stuff? So if we wanted to plant stuff, we'd probably have to buy, first of all, we'd have to buy a plow. So we have to go up here and look at plows. So let's look at, actually, let's look at a subsoiler. We could get subsoiler. These aren't cheap, are they? So these are like 24,000. That one's like 16,000. It's only 2 meters. That's a 4 meter at 24,000. That'd leave us with $13,000. That's not very much money. We could buy these antique ones, but I just don't enjoy using these. And then we'd have to get basically a cultivator, which is 19,000. And then we would need some kind of a seeder. So we could go to this one. Actually, this is a cultivator and a seeder in one, but that's 40 grand. Now, I don't know if we have a loan. That's the one thing I didn't even check on. So do we have a loan? We do not have a loan, but you can see today we have made $37,500. Pretty good. All right. So we do not have a loan. So we could take out a loan to get our equipment, but I'd like to make the money. So I think what we should probably do is look at how much is a baler. Where is baling technology? Here's the balers. So the cheapest baler's 22,000. These balers are expensive, aren't they? So we could get a baler that has that wraps, but we could probably lease it. We could actually lease all this stuff. So maybe that's what we do. I would really like to plant and get stuff planted. I'd really like to start doing that. And then we can cut more trees. And I think if we wanted to, we could probably cut enough trees to buy another property. But we have tons of property here. These properties cost, what, $85,000 a piece? But if we planted this little section here, and then we cut all these trees down, we would probably be fine. So let's go ahead and do that. The shop's way up north. We'll go ahead and take this back to the place. If you're wondering why I started out with this kind of equipment, I am not going to sell the equipment. If I do not want this attachment, I will sell it, but we'll take that money out of our account. I'm not going to like use the equipment as a bank. So everything that we get, we're either going to lease or buy. It would be nice if this thing could hold a little bit more wood chips, but it is what it is. So I'm going to take this back. And I think what we'll do is we will rent a plow. We're going to park this right here, by the way. Oh, there we go. We'll rent a plow, and then we'll plow that small section. We might even plow all the way up here to the front and get as much property as we can. And then next episode, we will do the planting. But I want to go ahead and get the plow now. So how much horsepower do we have on this thing? This has 235 horsepower. Let's go ahead and look at the subsoilers again. They're up here. Subsoiler. This one's 8 meters. Subsoiler prepares for next sowing and also be used as a plow. So it's an 8 meter for 68,000. Or we could go to a plow that's 15 meters. That's too big. It's 400 horsepower too. 260, 150, 320, 325. So the plows are going to be a little bit more beefier as far as trying to pull them. We can do a power harlow, which actually cultivates the field. I thought that actually you could disc harrows. It's the ones that could plow, or shallow cultivation. I thought those were used for plows too. All right, so subsoilers would be it. So this is 400. That's on 435 power. We just don't have the horsepower, guys. So we're gonna have to get something small. This is 3 meter, 250 horsepower. 3 meter, 2 meter. This is 130 horsepower, 4 meter. 260 horsepower, 4 meter. So this might be the one we get, even though we'll be testing. Let's go ahead. Do we need it? Or should we buy this or lease it? I think we should go ahead and lease it. Let's just lease it. It's only going to cost us $1,000. We'll go ahead and lease this. We'll go pick it up. We'll use it. And we will start plowing our little area over there, which isn't going to be much, but it'll be enough. The other thing I want to look at is actually buying a bridge to put down at that end. I think we have bridges in here. Let's go ahead and look. Going in construction, decorations. Thought I had a bridge pack in here. Others, I'm pretty sure we had a bridge pack in here. Are these the bridges? Yeah, so we do have a bridge. I could put a bridge here because our property is right there. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's put a bridge right there. So we just spent some money on a bridge. That'll help us get to our place a little bit quicker. All right, our plow should be sitting right here. Awesome. Oh, I didn't even see that cone. Let's go ahead and get this, and we'll take this, and then I'll think about what we want to plant. I think we'll plant something that will actually have straw, because if we want to jump into animals so that we can get either cows or pigs would be the ones I'd want to do, only because of the manure. So we can use manure as our fertilizer, and we're going to need straw for cows at least. I think cows would be the best bet because we can actually get manure and milk from them, and we can also sell the cows if we need to. All right, so the bridge works. Excellent. All right, so let's go down here, and we're going to be like right about here. So we're a little bit too far over on their property, so that's good. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and lower this. We'll turn on create fields, and we will kind of outline our property. Like I said, once I get this GPS thing figured out, not that I don't know how to use it, it's just figuring out what the keybinds messed up. So once I get the keybinds figured back out, we'll have GPS. So make this a lot easier. So let me do our perimeter and see about how big of a field we actually get. All right, guys, that kind of got out of hand. Went ahead and did a lot of this already. I was actually on a phone call, so I was just playing around. we went ahead and got this all done right here, and then we got this whole back section. This is a pretty good property. As far as the amount of land we're going to be growing. Now, if you see right behind me in that corner, I'm going to go ahead and take those trees out, and I think I will go ahead and take these trees out here on this bend. And so we'll kind of, like, if we look at the overhead map of what we're doing, you can kind of see. So I'm probably going to straighten this out and straighten this corner out. I'll work on this tree area when we need to get money. But yeah, this is going to be our plantable area, which is a nice field to start out with. The question's going to be, what do we want to plant? So that's the thing I got to figure out. If you guys know some suggestions, what you think a good starting crop would be, put it in the comments. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. I hope this one turns out better than the previous ones. It seems to be running smooth. I haven't had any hiccups other than the key bindings being completely erased, but I figured it out. You can kind of see the GPS is already on the ground. All I gotta do is press Alt E and it locks to the center line. So I got that all figured out. That's actually what I was on the phone talking to a friend, like, what's your keybind set up to be? and so he told me what they were, and so we got them all fixed, so we're good. And so yeah, guys, if you did enjoy it, click the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and check out some of the other videos we got posted. So I will see you next time, guys. This has been Farm Simulator 22. I will see you.